The world is not gentle. It does not care for your honesty, your innocence, or the fairness you were promised as a child. You can give your best and still lose. You can tell the truth and still be betrayed. You can master your craft and still watch opportunities slip through your fingers, handed to someone who didn't earn it. That is reality. The difference between those who collapse and those who rise has never been luck. It is adaptation. Those who adapt survive. Those who survive shape outcomes. There is a force that cannot be touched, yet it moves everything around it. Some call it power. Some call it strategy. Some, if they dare, call it dark intelligence. It is not cruelty nor chaos. It is discipline applied to thought. The ability to read a situation without being blinded by emotion. The ability to wait, to watch, and strike when the moment demands it. It is quiet strength, unshakable presence. Most people do not discover this until life breaks them open. Betrayal, humiliation, failure. These moments force a decision. Some people shatter. Others forge themselves into something stronger. Pain becomes precision. Confusion becomes clarity. Emotion becomes controlled fire. You see it in their eyes, the calm you cannot shake, the silence that unnerves louder men. They do not move faster than you, they move better. Before we continue, mark a boundary. What follows is not for domination, not for harming the innocent. It is for protection, for self-command, for moving through a world where naive people are chewed alive. If you want to remain fragile, stop here. But if you want to understand how not to be played, to move effectively, deliberately, then walk with me. Control begins with language. Most people speak to feel safe. They talk to fill the air, to prove themselves worthy, to be liked. They overshare without being asked. They hand their motives away like free samples. But every unnecessary word is a weapon someone else will sharpen against you. Power speaks with intention. Say only what must be said, no more. Mystery is not manipulation, it is strategy. You do not owe the world a window into your mind. Suggest, don't spill. When asked for your next move, give a clean answer, not a confession. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is leverage. Then, adaptation. You cannot move through life as one fixed personality expecting others to adjust to you. The world does not revolve around your preference. Intelligence adapts, not identity, expression. You remain yourself, but you shift your delivery. You meet logic with clarity, emotion with empathy, vision with possibility, practical minds with action. Water does not fear the shape of the container, it fills it. This is not fakeness. This is psychological agility. You're not changing who you are, you're communicating with precision. Detachment follows. The person who needs nothing cannot be controlled. Desperation is visible. It leaks from speech, from posture, from the eyes. And once someone senses you fear losing them, losing approval, losing status, your freedom is gone. Detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It means caring deeply without becoming owned by outcomes you do not control. You are prepared to walk away from any table that demands you sell your self-respect. When you are free from fear, you become dangerous, not because you seek harm, but because you cannot be owned. Then comes silent leverage. The greatest power does not roar, it waits. It prepares in quiet. It earns credibility, builds options, sees what others miss. It does not threaten to walk away, it simply can. It does not chase agreement. It creates conditions where agreement is the smartest move for everyone else. In silence, the truth surfaces. In stillness, weakness reveals itself. When the impatient burn themselves with haste, patience inherits the victory. True influence is built through psychological echo, the ability to hear not just words, but need. Every human asks silent questions. Do you see me? Do you understand me? Do I matter here? Those who answer those questions gain trust without begging for it. You don't overpower people, you align with them. When someone says, "I hate my job," they are not talking about work, they are talking about being unseen. When someone argues loudly, it is not always anger, it is often fear. To see what others don't, you must listen beyond noise. But remember this, strategy without morality creates monsters. Power without boundaries ruins lives. You must decide who you choose to be before power arrives. Set your lines early, no harm to the innocent. No dishonor, no betrayal. You act with precision, but within a code. Ethics built for reality, not perfection. Truth over comfort. Responsibility over applause. You will not be the villain in someone else's story, but you will never again allow yourself to be the victim in yours. Guard your privacy. In a world addicted to exposure, self-control becomes sophistication. Share intentionally, not emotionally. Let people see chapters, not the full manuscript. Reveal achievements late when they matter. Keep strength in reserve. The loud perform, the quiet build. Then obsess over outcomes. Emotion feels good, results matter. Ask yourself, what is the goal? Is this argument shaping progress or feeding pride? Is this action movement or performance? Cut noise, prioritize the essential. Simplicity is lethal. Focus like a blade. These are not ideas to admire. These are behaviors to train, one boundary at a time, one silence at a time, one decision at a time. People will feel the difference. Some will resent your strength, others will feel safe around it. Both reactions are correct. A person who is rooted in self-command no longer dances for approval. Power is not a show. It is a state. You must walk into rooms with calm eyes and steady breath. You must speak with intention, not to be heard, but to be understood. You must refuse the tempo of those who rush you. Control your timing. Control the room. This is not about ego. Ego is loud. Power is quiet. Ego reacts. Power chooses. Ego wants to win. Power wants the right outcome. The difference is evolution. The game is always being played. The question is no longer whether it's fair. The question is, will you learn to see it so you cannot be played? Stay sharp. Stay disciplined. Stay dangerous, not to others, but to your weakness. The world will not hand you power. You will have to take it, calmly, intelligently, relentlessly. And when you do, carry it with honor.
Power begins as a decision long before it becomes a presence. It starts the moment you refuse to be moved by noise, the moment you choose clarity over chaos. Most people never cross that threshold because they are addicted to approval, to reaction, to being understood. Let them stay addicted. Your path is different. You were here to move with intention, not impulse. Understand this. The world responds to certainty. Even before you open your mouth, people can feel whether you doubt yourself. They can sense whether your emotions own you. Every environment has a silent hierarchy, those who lead the rhythm and those who follow it. Authority is not given, it is projected, it is chosen. When you slow your breath, you take control of your body. When you take control of your body, you control your voice. When you control your voice, you control the room. Your presence must speak before your words arrive. Enter a room with still eyes, not aggressive, not timid, just present, heavy. A person who operates from inner command needs no theatrics. People listen before they even know why. That is not charisma. That is gravity, the quiet weight of someone who knows who they are and will not be moved off their center. But power attracts resistance. The moment you claim your life, those who once benefited from your silence will feel threatened. They will accuse you of changing. They will call you difficult, cold, arrogant, because your boundaries now hold where your weakness once surrendered. Do not run from this. Expect it. Growth exposes the fragile. The louder the resistance becomes, the more you must lean into stillness. Let people feel whatever they must feel. You are not here to explain evolution to those who fear it. There will be moments when you are tested, moments when everything seems to collapse at once. Plans break, trust fails, support disappears. These are not tragedies. These are audits. Life checking whether your foundation is built on validation or on discipline. In chaos, weak minds scatter. Strong minds narrow. First, halt. Stop the bleed. Do not rush. Panic is an assassin of strategy. Second, clarify reality. Separate fact from emotion. Third, decide. Not the perfect move, the next clean move. Bold but controlled. Movement restores clarity. Clarity restores momentum. Never let fear disguise itself as logic. Your mind will try to protect you by shrinking your life, by convincing you to settle, avoid risk, avoid criticism. That is not logic. That is the prison of comfort. True logic aligns with truth, not fear. Ask, will this choice move me closer to strength or deeper into safety? Safety is a slow death. Choose growth. And do not confuse kindness with weakness. The world is full of people who smile while they take advantage of you. That is not kindness. That is cowardice wearing a polite mask. Real kindness has spine. It protects. It confronts. It does not abandon its center to please others. Your kindness must stand on a foundation of boundaries. Otherwise, it becomes a weapon used against you. You must build a personal code, your compass in a world that trades integrity for applause. Your code is not poetry. It is covenant. It lives in action. It must be short enough to remember under stress, strong enough to hold when pressure comes. A code like, I do not chase, I do not beg, I do not break my word. Or, I speak little, I move with purpose, I protect what matters. Whatever the words, your code must be true. If you do not dictate your code, the world will hand one to you, one built from fear, confusion, and manipulation. Understand, power without direction becomes destruction. So anchor your ambition in purpose. Your purpose does not need to be loud or grand, but it must be yours. When you move for something greater than ego, your strength becomes clean, your decisions become sharp, your life stops drifting and starts advancing. From this moment on, practice invisible discipline. Train your mind when nobody is watching. Control your emotional temperature. Speak half as much. Listen twice as deeply. Study patterns. Human behavior repeats like seasons. The insecure insult. The jealous imitate. The manipulative rush decisions. The honest stay consistent. Read people not by what they say, but by what they choose. And always, always master restraint. Restraint is not weakness. Restraint is the final form of power. Anyone can react. Anyone can explode in anger. Anyone can fold under pressure. But to hold your fire, to choose the precise moment to act, that is dominance over self. And all power begins there. You will feel a shift as you live this. Your energy will change. Your movements will sharpen. Your words will slow. People will study you. Some will fear you. The right ones will respect you, but none will forget you. Because in a world full of noise, you will become signal. There will come a moment, quiet, unannounced, when you realize something has changed. You will walk into a room that once overwhelmed you and feel nothing. No rush to prove yourself, no appetite for validation, no fear in your bones. Just presence, calm, control. The noise of the world will keep screaming for attention, but something in you will have gone still. That stillness is not emptiness. It is power. It is the arrival of a self you spent years becoming. You will begin to see the truth behind people, not the pretty lies they sell, but the hidden engines that drive them. Status, fear, loneliness, greed, insecurity. Every action has a motive. Most people don't know their own, but you will watch patterns instead of words. You will learn that the loudest man in the room is often the weakest, that those who rush intimacy are often hiding something, that those who gossip will one day gossip about you, that some people want connection, but others want control. You will no longer fall for the mask. You will wait, observe, let time perform its quiet interrogation. The truth always leaks. And as you grow in discernment, the old version of you will try to return, the one who over-explained, the one who wanted to be liked, the one who lowered their standards out of fear of being alone. But now you will catch yourself. You will hear the temptation and deny it. Self-respect will no longer feel like a battle. It will feel like breathing. You will realize it was never the world that held you back. It was the parts of you that bowed to it. Do not misunderstand. This path will isolate you at times. When you raise your standards, the crowd thins. When you value truth over comfort, the soft run. When you refuse to be manipulated, the controllers turn hostile. Good. Let them go. Do not cling. Detachment is not a lack of care. It is a refusal to negotiate your value. Love deeply, but choose wisely. Trust slowly, but protect fiercely. Connection is powerful, but only when built on alignment, not dependency. You will discover that everything, every negotiation, every argument, every relationship is a game of emotional tempo. Most people are slaves to tempo. Someone offends them, they react. Someone pressures them, they rush. Someone challenges them, they panic. But not you. You will not move to their rhythm. When they speed up, you slow down. When they provoke,
you become still. When they demand answers, you delay and observe, because the one who controls the tempo controls the outcome. Your silence will become a weapon, not to harm, but to disarm. You will pause where others panic. You will watch where others flail. You will choose your moment with precision. And when you finally speak, you will use simple words, clean language, no excuses, no emotional clutter.
Just truth, delivered without apology. It is not aggression that makes people listen. It is clarity. Then comes leverage. Real leverage is not found in threats. It is found in options. The person with no options bows. The person with one option begs. But the person with multiple options, the one who builds quietly, prepares silently, connects strategically, that person cannot be cornered. So build your options. Always. Build relationships, build skills, build income streams, build knowledge, build your escape routes before you need them. That is how you move without fear. You will also learn the law of exposure. Reveal less, reveal later, reveal strategically. The world has been trained to confuse transparency with virtue, but exposure is not honesty, it is vulnerability. And vulnerability must be earned, never given away freely. Your story is your power. Share the lesson, not the leverage someone could use against you. Show your results, not your roadmap. They don't need to know how you move, only that you move. And somewhere along this journey, you will face an enemy more dangerous than any rival, your own ego. Ego will whisper, you don't need to improve, you don't need feedback, you don't need patience. Ego is the assassin of progress. Destroy it before it destroys you. Stay a student. Study longer than others think is necessary. Train harder than others think is reasonable. Your humility will become your armor, your discipline, your advantage. But hear me clearly, none of this matters without purpose. Power without purpose collapses into greed. Strength without direction dissolves into vanity. You are not here to be feared. You are here to be effective. You are not here to dominate. You are here to build. Let your ambition be ruthless, but let your integrity hold the reins. Move like a strategist. Stand like a guardian. Lead like someone who knows the cost of every decision, because you do. In time, you will no longer chase opportunity. Opportunity will move toward you. You will no longer argue your value. Your results will speak in rooms you haven't entered yet. You will no longer fear loss. You will understand that nothing real can be taken from you, and everything else is replaceable. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is a call, an invitation to step into the hardest and most dangerous battlefield, your mind. Master it, and no battlefield outside can defeat you. Power does not announce itself with noise. It arrives as discipline, repeated so many times that it hardens into identity. One day you will look back and realize you did not change in one moment. You sharpened, one decision at a time, one boundary at a time, one refusal to break at a time. While others chased distraction, you built. While others entertained drama, you chose silence. While others begged for comfort, you walked toward discomfort and made it your teacher. You will discover that discomfort is not your enemy. It is your compass. Whatever you avoid is where your weakness lives. Whatever you fear is where your growth waits. Most people run from discomfort their entire lives and then wonder why they feel powerless. Not you. You will walk into discomfort deliberately. You will seek it the way a warrior seeks resistance, because you understand this law. The mind does not grow in safety. It grows in controlled pressure. You will become dangerous, not because you hurt others, but because you cannot be easily hurt.
You will no longer crumble under opinion. You will no longer beg for belonging. You will no longer explain your worth. You will stand unbent because you have faced yourself. You have hunted your weaknesses, confronted your shadows, and walked through your own fire. And once a person has burned away their illusions, they become impossible to deceive. There will be people who misunderstand you. They will say you are too serious, too distant, too intense. Let them talk. Lions are not concerned with the opinions of sheep. Depth always looks intense to the shallow. Discipline always looks extreme to the weak. Keep moving. You are not here to be understood by the many. You are here to be respected by the few who can see. You must understand something vital. Not every battle requires your sword. Some wars are won by stepping back. Some traps are avoided by silence. Some enemies self-destruct if you simply refuse to engage. Reaction is a chain. Once you react, you are controlled. Once they can make you angry, loud, defensive, they own your tempo. You do not owe chaos your energy. You do not owe insults your time. Choose your battles the way a king chooses his wars, rarely, strategically, and never for ego. And when you do strike, strike clean. Precision beats aggression. You will know when your moment is come because hesitation will die in your chest and clarity will rise in its place. You won't feel rage, you will feel inevitability. And when you act, there will be no confusion, no over-explanation, just movement. Decisions made from emotional storms create collateral damage. Decisions made from controlled power reshape destiny. Then, legacy. Do not mistake legacy for applause. Applause is noise. Legacy is impact. Most people want to be remembered. Few want to do the work worth remembering. Legacy is not written on plaques or carved into marble. It is transferred through lives changed, through standards raised, through truth delivered even when it was heavy. When you live by a code, you give shape to the world around you. You become a reference point, a signal, a force. This path does not demand perfection, it demands consistency. You will stumble, you will doubt, you will face nights where you question everything. That is part of the design. The difference now is that you do not stop, you do not bow. You rest, then return to the path. You sharpen again. Fear tries to return, you face it again. Weakness tries to speak, you silence it again. Day after day, until resilience becomes your default setting. There is no finish line, only evolution. You do not arrive, you ascend. You do not conquer, you refine. The mission is not to win once, but to win continually, over laziness, over distraction, over fear, over doubt. Victory is not a moment, it is a lifestyle. So ask yourself quietly, honestly, are you ready for this life? Are you ready to choose strategy over impulse, stillness over noise, discipline over desire, purpose over pleasure? Are you ready to pay the price of becoming unshakable? If your answer is yes, even if your voice trembles, then step forward. Everything changes from here.